John the 11th chapter, verse 23. Jesus said unto her, thy brother shall rise again. Jesus said unto her, thy brother shall rise again. I want you to lean over to your neighbor and give him this one simple message tonight, and that's do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. I don't know about you, but I've got some stuff I need God to do again. There's some things that I have before him that I need to touch again. There's some things that I have before him that I need to resuscitate again. There's some things that I have on the altar that I need him to work out again. I need him to work it out again. Many of us know the account of Lazarus of Bethany, Jesus' friend, and on his way to do ministry with the disciples, Lazarus had fallen ill, and his sisters had said to Jesus, our brother is sick. We need you to come and see about him. And Jesus goes on his way in the ministry. He goes on and does the work of ministry. He continues on and does the work of ministry. How many of you in this place tonight have been in some situations and you thought that Jesus should have come to see about you, but you had to go on with the work of ministry, being empty, being being rejected, being abandoned, but you had to go on with the work of ministry. You wanted Jesus to come and see about you. You had some things before him, but you had to go on with the work of ministry. You had to go on with your everyday life. You had to go on with being a family member, being a mother, being a father. You had to go on. You had to put on a happy face and go on with ministry. You were feeling depressed and anxious inside, but you had to go on. You had a need, but you had to go on. And Jesus went on his way with ministry. About 2 days later, the Bible declares, we always skip over this part and go straight to Lazarus come forth. But I wanted to take a little time here because I know we're in revival season. We are in the season of revival. And many of us have looked for a shout and a dance, but I come to tell you that's not revival. I live about 13 miles from Asbury University, where revival broke out. Was just an uninhibited time of praise and worship and prayer and adoration unto God. But how many of you know I need more than just a praise? I need more than just worship. There's some things that I need God to resuscitate. To revive something means to bring it back to life. What in your life has been dead that you're looking for God to raise up again? Jesus says to the disciples after 2 days, he says, Lazarus is sleeping. The disciples say back to Jesus, Lazarus is not, if he's just sleeping, then he's gonna get a good night's rest and he'll be rejuvenated, he'll be restored. But then Jesus, because they could not discern the word that Jesus was using when he said that Lazarus was sleeping, Jesus had to go on and say, Lazarus is dead. How many of you have been in seasons and times that are mislabeled because the people next to you could not discern what you were in? How many of you have been miscalculated seasons and times and have taken action because the people around you could not discern the moment? How many of you have buried some things because they were mislabeled? How many of you had put some things that wasn't working in your favor? Your marriage, you went on and filed for divorce when all it needed was resuscitation. All it needed was revival. Come on, how many of you have casted off family and called them and just disconnected from them when they should have been reconnected because you could not discern the season or the moment? How many of you, we buried some things, our careers, our goals, our dreams, God's plan for us, prophetic words over our life, we buried them because it didn't work out when we thought it should. How many times have we canceled a season of favor and blessing because everything didn't line up just so? But to revive again means to return to a previous position or condition. to return to a previous condition or position. Some of us have, because of the delay in our lives, have taken ourselves and put ourselves in the back and put our feelings on the back burner and our purpose on the back burner and the plan for God for our lives on the back burner. But I come tonight to tell you he's reviving us again. He's doing it again. He's doing it again. He says, thy brother shall rise again. I come to tell you that your marriage shall rise again. I come to tell you that your health shall rise again. I come to tell you that your mind will rise again. I come to tell you that your body will rise again. I come to tell you that your ministry will rise again. I come to tell you tonight that your life will rise again. Come on, whatever it is that you have before him, it will rise again. Touch your neighbor and say, do it again. Do it again. This is the part that I like, and I'm going to take my seat. Not much of a hooper. The Message version says, you don't have to wait for the end. Jesus says to Martha, she's coming to Jesus and saying, yeah, I know my brother's going to rise in the resurrection. I know he's going to rise in the end. He says, you don't have to wait until the end. You don't have to wait until the end. You don't have to wait until it's over. You don't have to wait until it's finished. You don't have to wait until the time is right. You don't have to wait until there's a perfect opportunity. You don't have to wait until your finances are right. The time is, he says, I am. The resurrection and the life. Do you know who's in our presence right now? The resurrection and the life. Do you know who's in our midst right now? The resurrection and the life. Get connected to the resurrection and the life. Get connected to the power source, to the one who can raise your situation up. Get connected. He's here to revive us. He's here to resuscitate us. He's here to restore us. He's here to renew us. He's here to heal us. He's here to deliver us. He's here to set us free. He's here to restore our joy. He's here to renew our minds. He's here to increase our strength. He's here right now. All you've got to do is get connected. All you've got to do is get connected. All you've got to do is get connected. Get connected to the power source. Get connected to the life. Get connected to I am. Get connected to I am. Get connected to peace. Get connected to the Almighty God. Get connected to the King